Hello and welcome to Tête à Tête, France 24's flagship interview show. Our guest today is Artak Beglaryan. He's a former state minister and human rights ombudsman of Nagorno-Karabakh. He is with us from the Armenian capital, Yerevan. Thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you.
Back in August, the Prime Minister of Armenia, Nikol Pashinyan, and the President of Azerbaijan, Ilham Aliyev, signed a peace declaration in Washington in front of the American President Donald Trump, and they're both saying that a full-fledged peace between Armenia and Azerbaijan is on the near horizon. Is it good news, according to you?
It's good news, but it's a relatively good news. Why? Because they said that it's a full-fledged peace, but this conflict is about the rights and security and status of the Nagorno-Karabakh people. But nobody was asked from Nagorno-Karabakh about our opinion. And nothing was written in this declaration about Nagorno-Karabakh and the Nagorno-Karabakh people. So what does it mean? Don't we have any people, 150,000 people, and those people suffered and are suffering, and we want to return to our home. And there is UN International Court of Justice order that we must return. But now there is no Armenian remaining in Nagorno-Karabakh. So it means that not all the key aspects of the conflict have been addressed in this document, but some of them have been addressed. That's why I would say it was not a peace agreement. It was an agreement on normalization of the relationship between Armenia and Azerbaijan, nothing else. But it's already good news. It's already a good start. But the bad news is that everyone, including Armenia and mediator US, ignore fully the rights of Nagorno-Karabakh people and just our existence to ask our opinion on our conflict.
Right. Well, this means clearly Realpolitik, because in 2023, as you fully know, Azerbaijan took control of your region. All the Armenian people fled en masse to Armenia, where you are. Clearly, I mean, to be maybe a bit blunt, this means you are never going to go back.
It's real politics, it's geopolitics, but we are talking about people. And I am one of them. I, together with my family, we have been forcibly displaced in 2023. And so far, I see the suffering of my people. But I would say that there is a chance to return. I still hope that the new world order will be a juster world order, and all the mass atrocity crimes, including the genocide and ethnic cleansing of the Nagorno-Karabakh people, will be addressed one day in order to have just world to live and in order to prevent new genocides and other mass atrocity crimes, both in the region and in other corners of the world. So that's why we have the hope, we have the right, even those rights are documented by the highest court of the international community, and we continue our struggle, regardless of any kind of political and geopolitical interests and blockage to our voice and to our people.
What do you make of the Armenian Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan? Do you consider that he didn't have much of a choice, that he lost the war, he lost the diplomatic solution, and he did what he could? Or do you think that he betrayed you?
Something in between. Because he publicly, just in the recent months, stated that he's proud of the results, saying that this was a good result for independence of Armenia, and saying that we should forget our return and our right. And this is something that it's quite absurd to hear from Prime Minister of Armenia, because he should be the first one to ensure the protection of our rights. For many reasons, including Armenia was a party of the conflict, the guarantor of our people, and also Armenia is the host country of refugees. Any host country of refugees should do everything to ensure return, protection of rights, etc. That's why I would say that at least politically, yes, we have been betrayed by the Armenian authorities. And I am sure that they have not done all possible things to protect us or to prevent this ethnic cleansing. But on the other hand, I totally understand that in this fragile situation, Armenia itself is weak and vulnerable because the international guarantees and regional guarantees have not worked properly. But at least now, we have lots of issues that the Armenian government should raise to the mediator, the number one great power, US, and those problems are easily solvable. For example, the return of our Armenian hostages from Baku. We have 19 Armenian prisoners there, and Azerbaijan, the dictator Aliyev, is using this card in order to put pressure over Armenia and Armenians, and to humiliate us, the Armenian nation. And there are many other issues. For example, protection of our cultural heritage. We have over 6,000 monuments, including 400 churches in Nagorno-Karabakh. Many of them have been destroyed by Azerbaijan just after the occupation. And nobody speaks about that. Neither Armenian government nor the American mediators. Why? We have property rights. We want to return to our cemeteries. And many, many other things which are just easy points. But since Armenian government doesn't raise these issues in the negotiations, that's why the mediator itself is not interested in pushing pressure over the Aliyev regime. The return is the ultimate goal. Prior to return, we have lots of things to do.
You referred to that, but in early February, five former leaders of Nagorno-Karabakh were sentenced to life imprisonment. Two others received 20-year jail sentences. 2 weeks ago, Ruben Vardanyan, the former state minister, also received 20-year sentences. Amnesty says this represents a profound failure of justice. Reportedly, the American Vice President J.D. Vance went to ask President Aliyev to release them, but Aliyev, talking to France 24 recently, said there was no chance to do this because they are worse than the masterminds of the Holocaust. What is your response and reaction?
My response is that it's classic textbook mirror accusation. Aliyev himself is a Nazi leader, and Aliyev regime has committed crimes, including crime against humanity and genocide against our people. And Aliyev should be at the jail, and he should be sentenced at a Nuremberg court and hearing. But he is attacking our people, including just peaceful civilians, including soldiers and our political leaders who did something. Just the only crime was protecting our rights and our homes.
He says they were
without
terrorists.
Violating. No, I mean, please show me any terroristic act. Nothing was terroristic, nothing. I mean, Aliyev himself is terrorist. But in our case, how can you interpret terrorism if just it was self-determination, it was self-defense, and we had regular army. Regular army was conducting military activities with international humanitarian law norms, even if we were not recognized. And plus, there are, I mean, six of those leaders are political leaders and humanitarian leaders. Only two of them were military leaders. How can you just judge them at military court? Besides, please note that based on international rankings, Azerbaijan is one of the worst 5 countries in terms of judicial independence, like North Korea and Syria. How can you rely on just dictators and genocide perpetrators' lies and his judicial system? Even Amnesty International criticized that. That's why I'm saying they are being just sentenced because they are Armenians and because they led our struggle for self-determination and our collective rights. I also was wanted by the Azerbaijani forces, but I was lucky to escape. But for what? I didn't fight. I'm blind since 6 years old because of Azerbaijani landmine explosion. Just I was a human rights defender and political leader of my people because I was raising the voice of my people. Only for this, they wanted to punish me. And this is a collective genocidal punishment. Even Juan Mendes, who was the first UN Special Advisor on Genocide Prevention, publicly stated that just sentencing the political leaders is another manifestation of genocidal policy against these people.
Thank you very much, Artak Beglaryan, for being with us from Yerevan, the capital of Armenia. And thank you all for watching this edition of Tête à Tête here on France 24.